There were parts of me that really wanted, like, the best for the country, for America, for democracy. And one thing is I have always hated big tech.
Unhinged. I don't even know what to say. They have dropped another video that kind of, if I'm being honest, feels like a laced threat.
Elon Musk's own baby mama just blew the lid off what people are calling a secret White House propaganda machine. And now the internet is going crazy, saying Candace Owens may have been right all along. According to Ashley Street Claire, there are allegedly private Signal group chats where administration officials, influencers, MAGA personalities, and president-connected figures are all being quietly coordinated behind the scenes, deciding exactly what narratives to push online. And somehow, Erika Kirk's name ended up right at the center of it all. If you've been keeping up with the Candace Owens and TPUSA drama, you already know Candace has been loud for months, claiming the attacks against her never felt organic. She kept insisting there was some kind of behind-the-scenes operation happening every time she dared to question Erika Kirk, the circumstances around Charlie Kirk's passing, or what was really going on inside TPUSA.
I should also say that I have all of this backed up with many people with explicit instructions should anything happen to me, okay?
Most people brushed it off, calling it Candace being extra. But now Ashley Street Claire has stepped forward, and the claims she's making are something else. According to Ashley, the White House allegedly runs multiple private Signal group chats, packed with approved MAGA influencers, major conservative accounts, cable pundits, and administration officials all syncing up their messaging in real time. And this wasn't just casual opinion sharing. She claims they were allegedly handed exact talking points, told which stories to push, which ones to completely bury, and were even allegedly part of paid campaigns to flood social media with specific messages. One of the main targets? Candace Owens herself. The way Ashley tells it, that massive pile-on against Candace over the Erika Kirk situation wasn't just random conservatives naturally disagreeing online. She's claiming it was a calculated operation built specifically to silence anyone questioning the official story around Erika and TPUSA. The internet absolutely lost it after this dropped. People started rewinding and replaying all those moments where dozens of conservative influencers somehow posted nearly identical talking points defending Erika, all within the same window of time. One comment read, "Candace broke this story, but glad to see Mehdi and Ashley amplifying it. It needs to be known to the general public that everything we see is scripted." Nothing is organic coming from this administration or from TPUSA since the passing of Charlie Kirk. And whether people fully agree or not,
Elon has never explicitly said or even really implied that this needs to be a secret, but I just am because I don't want to deal with it. That's a lot.
a whole lot of folks online are saying they've been noticing these strange coordinated narrative shifts for a while now. Another comment put it bluntly, "Of course the powers that be are manipulating the heck out of us. Always have, always will." You can pick up on some of the coordinating. It is pretty obvious. Governments hate free speech and criticism. And that's exactly what's scaring people the most, because if influencers and political personalities are allegedly receiving instructions from powerful figures operating behind closed doors, then the whole independent commentator image starts looking like a total performance. One name that keeps coming up is Ian Miles Cheong. Back in February, Ian publicly appeared to side with Candace's concerns about Erika Kirk and TPUSA. But then, according to people online, his tone allegedly did a complete 180 and that flip did not go unnoticed. The theory spreading fast is that certain influencers only changed their public positions after the alleged messaging operation quietly activated behind the scenes. None of this has been officially confirmed. But once Ashley Street Claire started talking, people suddenly stopped laughing Candace off so quickly. Now, Ashley herself is no stranger to controversy. Her situation with Elon Musk has basically turned into its own ongoing internet saga. And the reason people are taking her claims seriously is simple. She's already gone public with some serious allegations about Elon before, and those hit different. Back in February 2025,
and the images that I saw, not only of myself, but of I don't even know whose children, who were undressed and covered in various fluids, the abuse was so widespread and so horrific, and it's still allowed to happen. They just released restrictions that are based on where it's illegal.
Ashley revealed she had secretly welcomed Elon's alleged 13th child, a son reportedly named Romulus. According to her, the pregnancy was planned during a trip to Street Barts, where Elon allegedly pushed his pro-natalist beliefs and encouraged her to have children. But what came next allegedly got very dark. Ashley later claimed she was offered $15 million upfront, plus $100,000 every single month in hush money, all to keep Elon's name off the birth certificate and stay quiet. According to her, she turned it down after tabloids reportedly threatened to leak the story anyway. Whether people are fans of Ashley or not, those allegations instantly changed how many viewed Elon, especially after Elon himself posted, "I don't know if the child is mine or not, but I'm not against finding out. No court order is needed. Despite not knowing for sure, I have given Ashley $2.5 million and am sending her $500,000 per year." That post sent the internet into overdrive. People immediately started asking, if you supposedly don't even know whether the child is yours, then why are you already sending that kind of money? That question alone made it feel like there was a whole lot more going on behind the scenes than anyone was letting on. But Ashley wasn't done talking. She posted a video explaining that Elon completely changed the moment she became pregnant. According to her, he was funny, charming, and easy to be around at first, but once the pregnancy happened, she claims his behavior turned strange, distant, and all over the place. And honestly, people online started saying the whole situation sounded less like a romance and more like some kind of billionaire obsession with control, and the deeper you dig, the stranger it gets. Then the drama escalated all over again when Ashley publicly apologized to the trans community and began distancing herself from MAGA politics entirely. This was a massive shock to a lot of people, because Ashley had spent years carefully building her entire online identity around conservative content. She wrote children's books that mocked transgender people. She was a fixture in right-wing media circles. She was considered one of them. But after the Elon fallout, she didn't just quietly step back. She flipped the script completely and started firing shots at the very same spaces she used to move through comfortably. According to Ashley, many MAGA influencers aren't operating independently at all. She's claiming they're essentially following orders and collecting payments, showing up when called, saying what they're told, and disappearing when the assignment is done. And the wild part? That description lines up almost perfectly with the White House Signal chat allegations she started making publicly. It's like two separate stories that suddenly connect into one much bigger picture. Now, here's where things get even heavier. After Ashley's very public political shift online, Elon reportedly filed for full custody of their son. Think about that for a second the moment she stopped playing along. Legal pressure allegedly appeared. According to Ashley, that wasn't even the worst of it. She claims Elon allegedly allowed his AI network and massive online fan base to come after her with everything they had. She specifically accused Grok users and AI systems directly connected to X of helping spread fabricated explicit images of her across the internet, targeting her reputation in one of the most invasive ways possible. That detail alone made a lot of people stop and pay serious attention. Because this isn't just messy relationship drama anymore. This is someone alleging that billionaire-controlled technology and coordinated online armies were pointed directly at her the moment she stepped out of line. And people are asking if this is what allegedly happens to someone with her platform and connections. What happens to regular people who speak up? Once you stack all of that together, the alleged hush money offer, the custody filing, the AI targeting accusations, the Signal chat claims, people are saying Ashley clearly has zero interest in protecting powerful people anymore. If anything, she looks like someone who has made a deliberate decision to burn it all down and is moving with real urgency doing it, which is exactly why her latest claims about coordinated White House narrative control are landing differently than they would coming from almost anyone else. Because Ashley isn't some random person making allegations from the outside. She was allegedly inside these circles. She allegedly saw how the machine operated up close. And now she's describing it in specific detail: private chats, approved influencer lists, real-time talking points, paid flooding of social media timelines, and deliberate silencing of certain voices. According to her, these private Signal chats allegedly include not just random influencers looking for clout, but actual administration officials and figures with direct connections to power, all coordinating their public messaging simultaneously. And if even a fraction of that is accurate, it completely dismantles the idea that what people are watching online is some kind of natural, organic political debate happening in real time. What people might actually be watching is a performance carefully scripted, strategically released, and designed to make manufactured narratives look like grassroots opinion. And that's the part that has people genuinely unsettled. Not just conservatives or liberals, people across the board are starting to ask uncomfortable questions about what's real and what's staged in the current political media landscape. Now, to be fair, the pushback against Ashley's claims has been loud and consistent. Supporters of the administration aren't taking these allegations sitting down. A significant number of people believe Ashley is running on anger from the Elon situation, and that everything she's saying now should be filtered through that lens. The argument being made is simple. She got hurt, she feels burned, and now she's painting everyone connected to that world as corrupt to settle the score publicly. That's a perspective a lot of people hold, and it's worth putting on the table honestly. Others are pointing specifically at Candace Owens, arguing that Candace has been operating deep in conspiracy territory for months now, and that Ashley is either being influenced by her framing or is deliberately aligning with it for attention and relevance. There's also a crowd that believes both women have legitimate grievances that are real, but that they're packaging those grievances in a way that goes further than the actual evidence currently supports. But here's what's interesting: even people who strongly dislike Candace Owens, people who have been openly critical of her for years, are quietly admitting that the timing of certain online pylons has looked seriously coordinated, especially every single time Erika Kirk becomes part of the conversation. There's a pattern people keep noticing where waves of accounts, often with significant followings, suddenly all shift to the same position, using nearly identical language, within the same narrow window of time. And that pattern keeps repeating. Whether that's the result of an organized operation, simple groupthink inside tight-knit political circles, or just the way algorithm-driven platforms amplify dominant voices, people genuinely cannot agree. But the fact that even skeptics are noticing the pattern says something worth paying attention to. What makes this entire situation so layered is that it sits right at the intersection of several ongoing cultural flashpoints all at once. You have the broader distrust of mainstream and alternative media. You have the growing public skepticism about billionaire influence over information and technology platforms. You have the ongoing fallout from the TUSA internal drama and the questions surrounding Erika Kirk that refuse to go away quietly. You have the Elon Musk public image crisis playing out in slow motion across multiple storylines simultaneously. And now you have someone who is allegedly close to the center of all of it stepping forward and connecting the dots in a very specific and detailed way. Ashley Street Clare is not a neutral figure by any stretch. She has a complicated history, a messy public profile, and obvious personal motivation to speak out given everything that allegedly happened to her. All of that is true, and none of it should be ignored when evaluating what she's saying. But motivation alone doesn't automatically make someone wrong. And the specific nature of her allegations, the named platforms, the described coordination methods, the named individuals, the patterns that other people have independently noticed, means this can't just be waved away as bitterness without actually engaging with what's being claimed. Because if coordinated narrative control at this level is genuinely happening, if approved influencer lists exist, if talking points are being distributed through private encrypted chats, if paid campaigns are being run to flood timelines and drown out dissenting voices, then the implications stretch far beyond Candace Owens, Erika Kirk, or Ashley's personal situation with Elon. It touches the integrity of public political discourse itself. It raises serious questions about informed opinion versus manufactured consensus. And it forces people to ask who exactly is deciding what the public gets to see, hear, and believe. These are not small questions. And the fact that they're being raised loudly right now by someone with alleged first-hand proximity to these circles, at this particular moment in time, that combination is exactly why this story is moving the way it is across the internet right now. So what do you actually think? Is Ashley Street Clare sitting on real, credible inside knowledge about a coordinated propaganda operation running behind the scenes of political media, or has the personal pain of everything she went through pushed her into a territory where the lines between truth and revenge have blurred completely? Is Candace Owens being vindicated after months of people dismissing her, or has she been pulling people into a framework built more on feeling than fact? And stepping back from the personalities entirely when you watch political influencers online, does it feel organic to you? Does it feel like independent people reaching independent conclusions? Or have you noticed the same suspicious patterns that so many people are now openly talking about? Because your perspective on this actually matters, and the conversation happening right now in comment sections across the internet is just as important as anything being said by the people at the center of this story. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, whether you're a believer, a skeptic, or somewhere in the complicated middle. This is exactly the kind of conversation that needs more voices in it. This story is still moving and developing fast, and there is clearly a lot more to come. If this had you thinking, hit that like button, subscribe so you're never the last to know when something like this breaks. Share this with someone who needs to see it, and tell me in the comments, do you think any of this is real? See you on the next one!